Renee and Alex. So while the federal government may move on to whatever next thing they want to do, the state of Minnesota and our administration is unwaveringly focused on the recovery of what they did. All of these cabinet agents came in here to try and please the president by attacking Minnesota. So we have a $2 billion cut from Dr. Oz in our DHS programs that are rural hospitals and things. So it doesn't change it at all. And I think the lessons learned, I'm more than happy to help Congress say some things, is in America, you cannot expect that the people are going to be okay with masked, unidentified people running you off the road and coming to your vehicle at gunpoint like we saw in St. Peter, Minnesota.
You won't believe what Governor Tim Walz just claimed. He's calling federal agents an occupation and claiming they left generational trauma just for doing their jobs. The footage of this standoff in Minnesota is absolutely exploding right now, and the political fallout is just getting started. Wait, did you catch the wording there? Tim Walz is describing a standard federal law enforcement operation as if it were a military invasion. He's talking about deep damage and generational trauma, while completely sidestepping the actual crimes that necessitated the surge in the first place. It's a wild pivot. Look at the way the rhetoric is framed. He's focusing entirely on the emotional impact of the presence of agents, rather than the safety issues they were there to solve. Meanwhile, the Minneapolis mayor is calling it an occupation. This isn't just a policy disagreement, it's a total breakdown in cooperation between state and federal levels. You can see the frustration in the delivery. They are basically treating the Department of Homeland Security like an invading force. It makes you wonder how any federal law can be enforced if the local leadership is actively poisoning the well like this. This is high-level political theater designed to stir up the base right before a massive funding showdown. You won't believe what Governor Tim Walz just claimed. He's calling federal agents an occupation and claiming they left generational trauma just for doing their jobs. The footage of this standoff in Minnesota is absolutely exploding right now, and the political fallout is just getting started. This is pure surgical precision from Josh Hawley. He isn't just asking questions, he's bringing the receipts. Look at Keith Ellison's face when the specific dates of those campaign contributions are mentioned. December 11th meeting, December 20th donations, and then an FBI raid in January? That timeline is devastating. The Feeding Our Future scandal involved $250 million, and seeing an attorney general get backed into a corner like this is rare. Notice how Ellison tries to deflect by calling Hawley a prisoner. It's a classic defensive maneuver when you don't have a factual rebuttal. He's visibly shaken. When Hawley tells him he should resign, the room goes silent for a reason. This clip is a masterclass in why transparency matters. You're watching the exact moment a high-ranking official realizes the paper trail has finally caught up to the public narrative.
Every week, and I have to go through TSA. They're also impacted if we have a shutdown. And I have to tell you, the TSA officer that works with me, he said, you know what, Congresswoman? Do what you have to do. Because the videos that I see on the television are too much. And this is someone who just came off of a shutdown where they hadn't gotten a paycheck for.
Check out this logic. The Congresswoman is literally admitting that TSA agents and the Coast Guard will be hit by the shutdown. But then she claims a TSA officer told her to do what you have to do, even if it means missing a paycheck. Does that sound realistic to you? Most people living paycheck to paycheck aren't volunteering to lose their income over a political principle. It feels incredibly scripted. Even the interviewer seems to be pressing for a more logical square on how defunding the broader DHS helps anyone. They are essentially holding FEMA and TSA hostage to get a win against Border Patrol. It's a risky gambit because if travel slows down or disaster relief stalls, the public isn't going to care about the principle, they're going to care about the service. The disconnect between the politicians and the actual workers they claim to represent is on full display here. That was a deep dive into the chaos. What do you think? Is this shutdown actually going to happen, or is it all for show? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it.